Welcome back, everyone. It's a tier 10 game on Arctic, and if you're wondering why the game looks a little strange at the moment, it's because I crashed when starting this match. So instead of starting the countdown, I'm actually literally starting with well behind everyone else as the game is just getting going. Luck out here time to see the first kill. For some odd reason, the enemy artillery decided that he was a TD rather than an SPG, and just got himself blown off the planet by a E100. Well, upon looking around the teams, I see there's a big mass of tanks down the south side, and although this is a tier 10 heavy tank, in theory I should go join the other heavy tanks. Part of me says, you know what? No, I'm going to go north and help push around this way, because I see a whole bunch of much softer tanks up there, and up there I can make a much bigger difference. So here we are, rolling up for all we're worth. Must hurry. I'm behind the curve. I have a lot of ground to make up for this match. So an Asteel comic up here. There's a IS-8 and SU-101 and T110E5 facing off with my comrades here. My comrades are clearly, they're not losing, but they're not winning either. So my arrival should help tip the balance against the other team that's up here. At least since its aim is 50B, just got ripped apart at some point. So here we go. Finally caught up. T2E1 is unloading on the Conqueror. He puts his last shell in the front of it and bounces off from my turret. Conqueror's low on health. He should not be going for it first. He gets very lucky with that bounce right there. I know the opportunity. I'm pretty sure the E1 is reloading. So I roll forward. Get this IS-8 out of his misery. And then go to immediate pursuit of the 54E1. Well, as you can see, he did not come charging back up here. He's realized that things are about to get very, very ugly here. He's running away. Me and this Patton, though, yeah, we're going to make him pay for not turning around and running sooner. Rushing down here, going to try and get the final shot on him when abruptly a wild T-30 appears in front of me. This is not something I want to be in front of. Shoot, angle, angle, angle. Ah, traxate it, hallelujah. All right. Well, nothing there to shoot at the moment, but we're just going to be patient. I know my next move is going to be here. I need to engage that T-30, preferably from a hold-down location. There's a nice little lump over there on my left that I can hide behind. So I turn and race towards it, giving myself some cover fire as I advance. Oof, narrow miss by the T-30's gun. He's got a low with him. Can't see the T-30. Shoot the low. Low is not nearly as threatening as the T-30, of course, but he is still another gun in play. There's the T-30. Oh, shell went high because I didn't aim, because he was pointing his gun at me. There's an object down there. Don't want him to flank me, his gun's pretty brutal. Get a better shot into the T-30 this time. Object is taken out, fortunately, so I don't have to worry about my flank. I'm back to focusing on these two. Continue shooting the T-30 because he is, after all, the main threat. I roll forward though. I see the T-30's gone back and this low is trying to flank me. And that changes priorities immediately. I can engage the low without having to deal with the T-30. Just coming right over here and using my superb American gun depression to punch big holes in his tank. Kind of going to pop here and get a good damage roll to finish him off, but he's coming outside just as I reload. So I go back to shooting at the T-30. I'm not even sure I can hit him with that one, but I fired anyways. Then I see that the Patton has gotten around them. He's now picking on the two tanks in the back. So I say, all right, no time like the present, let's go. Patton finishes off the low, so I don't have to worry about my flanks anymore. So now we're going to try and save the Patton from this T-30. Oh, the Patton's doing poorly against the T-30, but... Oh, slightly higher damage roll on. He'd have been dead now, but... Oh well. Patton's hiding. T-30 is clearly realizes he's not going to make it out of this one. Finish him off. And then rush to support the Patton against that E4 that has suddenly show up. Very dangerous target, the E4. It's very, very small weak point on top that you can sometimes damage. It's actually, if you get lower hull shots, it's a lot better, but... yeah, it goes over them. And usually you have to use heat, unfortunately. It's just, this turn thing's just too well armored for most guns. So think about trying to sprint out and get the load to save the patent, but nope, too slow. And oh gosh, an E100. Who brought you here? You know, I trade bounces effectively. Great, so there's two big tier 10s, and one's a tier 10 TD down there. Ah, E100s, why am I bothering to use AP? I need more penetration here. So switch to heat. Okay, gonna try and get the bigger gun out of play first. Woo! It's now down to a 3-on-3. Unfortunately, I don't have a very good angle on this E100. Though you see, I'm hitting him, at least. But there's that low, and I suddenly see the low on the mini-map is moving northwestward, just a little bit, slowly. I think he's trying to shoot the T-30. But he's just too well, T-30's in a good spot, he's well dug in. So I thought, alright, we're going to finish off that low, and then we can go and fight with that E100. So I load my last armor-piercing round. Seems like a good round for a low. He's well armored, but this gun should just shoot right through him like he's Swiss cheese. Oh, here he comes. Got a nice little private face-to-face. Ah, doesn't even damage him. He blows off my track, but that's all he does. Well, heat up. That will go through. You can see he's at 40 hit points to myself. I don't need your loading heat for this. I'll load HE. Ow.
We fixed the track. Get going.
Go up. Point. Shoot. Hits him in like the worst possible spot. It only does 21 damage. Heat, you so silly. He misses. Just reloaded. I race forward to get another shot. Goodbye. Alright, good. Need to save my heat rounds, so I might need the E100, because, yep, there's the cap siren. And I literally sit here from waffling, like, do I go try and help the T-30? Or do I go after go help the T-28? I have to choose one. I know whichever one I don't help is probably going to die. I decide, alright, I gotta go get this guy off the base. So T-28 dies too quickly. Frankly, if he doesn't reset this guy at least once as I go racing back, we're gonna lose. So, zooming back here as fast as this tank can go. Which, well, not exactly a slow tank, she ain't a speed demon. When suddenly I start seeing the T-28 somehow or another is resetting the E5 without doing damage, which means he's shooting his tracks. Well, it is giving me more time to get into position to get this guy's flank and take him out. Once again, he takes it out. At long last, I'm in position. I'm spotted, so I'm a little worried about the E5 suddenly tack nuking me from a distance, but... hey! That 229 finally does some damage. Alright, switch to HE again, because I'm going to need every single heat round for that E100. He finally turns his gun to face me! Too slow. Well, it's me and an E100. There's 4 minutes left on the clock. $5,342 damage done. Does anyone think that I've made up for my late start? Fortunately, T-28 was taken out from the rear by the E100, which means the E100 was probably somewhere down on the south side. So I run northward. Yes, I'm running away. I want to try and approach this guy from a funny angle so I can try and gain the first shot advantage. So I'm just remembering who this E100 is calling a tomato. Possibly me. Don't care. So as I come up this way, I actually am having a bit of a crisis. So how do I want to approach? I'm pretty sure, because of his low speed, that he's moved back to defend his base. But where is he going to choose to defend it from? I'm really not sure. Do I go south here and hope to catch him from behind by approaching the heavy tank corner? Or do I approach the base from the north and hope that he's trying to block in the other direction? I'm just sitting here like just not being sure. I'm pretty sure I've got more hit points than he does. Actually, I know I've got more hit points than he does. We can actually check. You'll see on the top left corner, he has 752 hit points left last time I saw him. So I definitely have the hit point advantage. I have the DPM advantage. He just has a ton of armor and a pretty ferocious gun. It's very hard to bounce the 100's gun. Finally make up my mind. I'm going to go north. I'm going to try and approach his base from the north and hope that he is looking south. Unfortunately, my waffling has cost me the ability to possibly have won the game by capping. There's just not enough time for me to get on the base and start capping it out. So I really do have to go hunt him, find him, and kill him, wherever he is. So I'm actually going, at this point I'm marching, I'm like, I didn't give myself time to get to the cap. It's gonna either have to kill him or it's gonna be a draw. Which is fine. I don't mind having a fight for my win. Think about going around that way. Nah, continue on this way. Even here, I'm trying to use some concealment, even though I'm in a tank that doesn't hide at all well. So I go approaching, I go through the bushes, so that I have as much concealment as possible. And now it's a sprint across open space, and oh, there he is. He's looking north. Put a shot in. He gets in a good hit, unfortunately. That's when I realized, because he's hull down, he can back down during his reloads, and I won't be able to use my DPM on him. So that means I have to get closer. It's dangerous to get closer, because that makes his gun more relatively accurate. But also makes my gun more relatively accurate. Right there. Oh, and my tracks eat the shell. I have an advantage, but I have only 26 seconds with which to get in the final shot. Charge! He's running away. He's realized the disadvantage he's at. He's also just trying to gain more time to reload, I think. He's there, he's ready, he's aimed, he misses. And I also miss. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Really? Yep, crit him, and the game ends as a draw. Sigh. Well, still, let's go take a look at post-game stats for that one. So here's the post-game results for that match you just watched. Unfortunate that it has to be a draw. But as you can see, it was still a very nice battle overall. With me getting 1,654 experience on a draw. That's actually a pretty nice thing, even with a premium account. Got a high caliber medal, which I'm always pretty keen on. Picked up 5,814 damage. You can see there on the right, there's just this long rack of damage and kills that we pulled off. It's too bad that that final shot on Panzerfaust just struck his gun instead of taking him out. But them's the breaks, I suppose. Anyways, moving on to the next screen. Of course, topping out the list, 1,100 damage. The guy in 100 got even more, 1,149, because he really was helping hold together his team. Also did over 5,000 damage, only a little bit less than I did. And let's be honest, part of that was because I was lucky. I got to sit there and chew on that lovely T110E5 because he was too busy staring at the T28 for some odd reason and didn't notice that he didn't try to turn and fight the T110E5 to his north. Do not understand. I really don't understand why he was just sitting there. But hey, worked out for me. Overall, actually, the team fought really well. So did the other team. You see a lot of people with good damage totals on both teams. It's too bad I came in late. I wonder if maybe if I'd come in a little bit earlier, if that could have made the difference. But them's the breaks. Moving on to the final screen here, just for a quick look at all the final stats. 33 shots fired. I almost never get to shoot that much on the T110E5. 25 hits, 21 pens, 5,800 damage, as mentioned earlier. Only one shot, the kill shot actually, on that T110E4 proved to be for more than 300 meters. So yeah, we weren't really going for the long range stuff here. Took 8 hits, of which 6 penned and 2 bounced. 1404 damage was taken by my tank. 2,210 damage was actually bounced by armor, which always makes me happy to see. Got 38 damage on detecting on something, don't know what. Picked up 9 base defense points. Wasn't really going for those. Even though if this had been a win, I probably would have done even better. I still pulled in 75,000 credits because I had to shoot so many heat shells because I ran at armor piercing. I ended up losing credits on the game. Rather silly. And because of my premium count, I get 7,654 damage. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed watching that game. Good game, and good night.